Ethan pulled out a small knife and cut open the entire side of a plastic container. Then he scooped in a bit of seawater, covered the top with plastic wrap, placed a cup inside, and finally set a heavy object on the plastic in the middle. Within minutes, he had built a simple device that used sunlight to evaporate seawater and collect fresh drinking water. He drank eagerly. The amount was tiny, but enough to keep him alive. In the vast ocean, as long as there was fresh water, there was hope. But water alone wasn't enough. Without food, he would starve sooner or later. Ethan suddenly remembered the yacht that was sinking earlier. Maybe there were still supplies left inside. He dove into the flooded cabin and struggled to search every drawer, grabbing whatever canned food he could find. Once he cleared the top level, he worried it wasn't enough, so he dove deeper, fighting the cold water to grab a few more cans and even retrieved a signal transmitter. But when he finally hauled everything onto the lifeboat instead of feeling relieved, he panicked. The transmitter was completely destroyed after being soaked for so long. He tried to determine the closest route toward international shipping lanes, hoping to run into a passing ship. After setting his direction, he zipped up the lifeboat tent, planning to rest and regain strength. But fate wasn't done torturing him. That night, another violent storm arrived, worse than the last. Ethan could feel how brutal it was. The flimsy lifeboat didn't stand a chance. Soon, water started leaking in rapidly. Seeing the lifeboat filling with water and knowing he would drown inside, Ethan unzipped it immediately and with a last bit of strength, dove into the dark ocean. He fought desperately to reach the surface and climbed onto the top of the lifeboat. The sky was pitch black, the sea roaring beneath him. Ethan curled up, shivering, enduring the storm's rage. All he wished for was for it to end. Fear and despair suffocated him. Soon, he blacked out. When he woke up hours later, half-conscious, he was shocked. He was still alive, and the lifeboat had drifted into an international shipping route. A massive cargo ship was passing nearby. His heart burst with hope. He grabbed his signal flares and fired them into the sky. But after every flare burned out, the cargo ship never slowed down. The lights on the ship grew more and more distant. Ethan collapsed to his knees in hopelessness, ready to accept death. But the fear of dying refused to let him give up. Cargo ships only passed once every few months. If he missed this one, it was over. He looked around the lifeboat, desperate for anything that could signal help. Then he remembered. The box contained a navigation manual. He tore the pages, crumpled them, stuffed them into the box, and set them on fire, creating a huge burning signal in the darkness. But no matter how big the fire grew, the cargo ship never stopped. Instead, the fire spread out of control, igniting the entire lifeboat. Ethan panicked, trying to smother the flames with a tarp, but a wave suddenly crashed into the boat, throwing him into the ocean. The icy water swallowed him whole, extinguishing not only the flames, but also the last spark of his will to live. Beaten by misfortune again and again, Ethan stopped struggling. Exhaustion and despair dragged him down into the endless deep. Just as he was about to lose consciousness, a faint light appeared above the water. A rescue boat. It was searching for him. His survival instinct roared back to life. Using every last ounce of strength, he swam toward the light. Finally, under the beam of the searchlight, he grabbed the rescuer's hand and was pulled to safety.